What is BGNE2 like? Can you say what is it? So in the team we agreed about that definition, right? That's so BGNE2 it's a seamless action adventure RPG that I can play solo or with my friends. Well, that's what we are making. We cannot make it clearer.
What is going on today, Cobros? Today we're going to be talking about Beyond Good and Evil 2. I've been wanting to get around to this, but I've been going too heavy into the live streams here lately. So I'm going to peel back the live streams a little bit and start focusing on some of the edited content. But today we're going to be talking about Beyond Good and Evil 2. This is the last Space Monkey program live stream that they did, where they showed off some new gameplay, and there's some interesting things that they've talked about. And I'm going to put the new gameplay out. It should be on the screen right now. I'm recording this before any videos are even edited yet. But he mentions in here about the size. You know, this is a very ambitious game, and he mentions a lot about the size of the team and how it's grown to over 120 people. And not only has it grown over into 120 developers and 120 people working on this game, but it has they're now reaching out to other studios in Ubisoft. Here he is explaining a little bit of that.
So the team is now over 120 people strong. We have welcomed a lot of new members over the past month. We also now are working with other studios at Ubisoft. Thank you, Michel. So studios in Sofia, in Barcelona, and in Bordeaux very soon to start on the game working with us. So yeah, the team is picking up on size and strengths. So that's for
thank you.
Emile.
Yeah. And he also says here that the current focus of the entire team is on E3 at the moment.
And the current focus of the team is E3, right? We're going to show you some new stuff today, but we're keeping a lot of surprises for June next month.
So I'm super excited. You know, there it is. You know, we knew they were going to be at E3, but now it's 100%, you know, set in stone right there. They're going to be at E3, and so I'm really curious to see what they're going to show. I have a feeling that they're going to show a lot, you know, based upon what they said in this live stream, that they're going to show a lot about, you know, the mechanics of like melee mechanics and you know, fighting in ships and getting out of the ships and going into other ships and onboarding other ships, invading other ships and things like that. But I think we might see like here's my hope, at least, to see a live demo of this Ganesha, the city Ganesha. I know they've been working really hard, and at one point in time, Michael Ansel tweeted out on his, not tweeted out, but made an Instagram post stating that the entire team was now focused on making this Ganesha, like getting it all done, getting Ganesha done. So I'm super excited to see if that's going to be like a live demo, game demo that they are going to show, like they did with the last E3, where they showed a live demo just outside of you know, early development of Ganesha. So I hope we get to see what they've been working hard on as far as Ganesha is concerned. And I get a lot of people asking me questions like, you know, because Michael Ansel has a couple of times said galaxy, and you know, said when you warp into another star system and things like that. Here he is talking about exactly you know, what this game is. Is it a galaxy? Is it a star system? Is it more than one star system? So he talks a little bit about it here and said that there's some surrounding surprises. But let's go ahead and take a look at what he said.
For Beyond Good and Evil 2, we want to stick to System 3 and some surrounding surprises, but the overall world is connected. But because we don't want millions of planets, we want planets that have a meaning, that have a story, an history, systems, you know, connections, reasons why there is this city here. As an example, this kind of Ganesha, this kind of city has been built here because when you look back at the planet, you recognize the shape of India.
Of the continent, yeah.
Of the
It
continent.
looks like India.
So imagine that you could have the choice between millions of planets that you could study before you start the colonization.
Yeah.
You maybe you would choose the one that you connect with the best.
Yeah.
So we want to give an history, we want to give a meaning to that world so that it's quite interesting as an adventurer, as a space captain. It's always a lot of stories and myths to discover there.
So you mean that we are reasonable, right? We are doing only one solar system.
Yeah.
Just one. This one.
For now.
Yeah.
And then during that live stream, they also showed some new footage of the game, some of that melee combat in action, jumping from ship to ship in action, some explosions, seeing some of the ships flying around, things like that. And this is all early footage, but I'm going to go ahead and put on the screen the portion of the footage where they're showing it and talking a little bit about it, and I'm going to go ahead and play that now.
Here, if you look carefully at what we've just shown, there is one very important thing, is that everything is connected.
Exactly.
You can do everything anywhere at any time. It means that you can have a fight inside of a spaceship that is being attacked. So maybe you are inside of the spaceship. That's part of, if you look carefully, at some point you have Nox, our monkey, is inside a huge spaceship that is being attacked. And he could fight into that spaceship. He could need to get out.
Trying to escape, because it's going to explode, of course.
While the spaceship is collapsing, this huge spaceship. And this is not scripted. This is not a sequence that will happen here and never again. This is just because it happened, because something attacked, or maybe you attacked that ship. And now, as you can see it, here it just collapsed because of your actions. So it's really systemic. It's really epic things you can live with your friends or alone. And those things, they have no boundaries, you know, there's no loading. That's why this game is taking so much time to be done, you know. a lot of people said, why is it so long? Come on, release the game this year if you can. There is so much to do for this game, just to make this possible, you know. Imagine the amount of information that are needed to allow this kind of thing to happen, because the spaceship you are fighting on can move at 2,000 kilometers per hour, maybe more. So everything needs to work nicely, smoothly, like this super attack, you know. So that's where the game DNA is revealed. You know,
that seamless aspect Michel is talking about is really what we want to show as a prototype in that video. As you can see, we are mixing close quarter combat, sword fight, dog fight, battleship fight, all of that in the same
on different scales.
On different scales, yes, because the engine is allowing us to do that. And so that seamless aspect is what really to us makes exciting what we do. And I have to remind as well that you can play this with your friends, so you can also do this in co-op.
Yeah, you can see it in one of the footage. I think it's pretty.
So what's not seen here, what is not shown here, is that of course you can go in space, see your friends from space, continue the fighting, or see the actions. You can go in cities while all these things are happening. So you will discover more of this for E3, of course. But we wanted to share a few seconds of that.
And what we're revealing for the first time is the melee combat. Something also coming from Beyond Good and Evil 1, so we're keeping the same DNA.
So a lot of people may ask, but what is making that combat different from another game? Just one thing is that you can, as you've seen it, you can attack from your spaceship. You know, start one attack very high and attack down. You can use your
flying ships.
You can use your
you can step on a flying ship and be fighting someone on it. So,
you can use your jetpack during an attack to dodge or to escape very quickly or jump onto another spaceship. So that's the combinations of all those gameplay. For E3, we will talk more about in-depth gameplays, about things that are making all those different gameplays deep and more able to sustain long time and play styles and all these things. But again, here we wanted to share this piece of footage.
So they talk a little bit about character creation. I've seen, you know, some of the things that they've shown about, you know, their character creation, the way it's done, and I think it's one of the coolest ones that I've ever seen in a game. Like, you can mix and match different animals, like a tiger and a lion and a monkey together, or you could just make a human, just a plain old-fashioned human, or some weird hybrid. And I'm curious to know from you guys, what would you play as in Beyond Good and Evil 2? Would you be a human? Would you be a hybrid tiger? Or would you be a hybrid shark? Would you be a hybrid lizard, gecko, monkey, who knows what? Or would you just be an old-fashioned human? Comment down below. But let's take a look at what he had to say real quick about character creation.
Coming from you, Space Monkeys, you talked a lot about who you want to be into the game, what kind of characters, and a lot of you insisted in this idea of being free, being able to create your character. So the common point is this big world, those motivations, those very important and exciting things. But you can live your adventure the way you want, and of course you will encounter different characters, friends, and exactly like in Beyond Good and Evil 1, they can become part of your crew. You can recruit maybe an enemy that will appear or happen to be part of your crew, and this is really something that we want to bring to the player.
Yeah, that's what's interesting on this image, is that it could be your captain, but it also could be your crew members.
So there's a lot more to be said about this live stream, and I'm going to link that down below, and we're going to cover some more things on this live stream. But here's an interesting pick with talk about E3 and like crew roles and things like that.
So this is part of the things we will dig into more for the next for events like E3, but it's also very important to understand that you play as a space captain, but you have your crew member that are dedicated to specific tasks. Your big spaceship, the medic, they all have a role, the spy, they all have a very important role, and they extend your abilities to explore more, handle new spaceships, and discover new places. So
and that's why you're looking for the best crew members, actually exploring everything to find the
and you're not limited to 3, 4, 5. You have your main crew members, but there's also in your huge spaceship enough room
to store a lot,
to have a lot of friends, a lot of other characters you will encounter, and that will makes you become a space pirate legend.
Interesting stuff there. And so we're going to end the video with a couple, I think these are screens from, I think we're going to get another CGI like cutscene trailer as well with E3. Not a big fan of those, although they are interesting and they do get people hyped up and excited about the project. But here's a couple scenes from what I think is going to be the new CGI trailer that we're going to see at E3. Although I don't think that's all we're going to get. Last year we got a cool CGI trailer at the last year's E3. Plus we got a live, playing of the game demo of Michael Ansel showing us the scale of things like that. So I really hope to see something like that after E3 is over. It's just I'm putting my chips in for maybe a tour, a quick tour or a quick look at what they have with Ganesha so far. It's a big undertaking, the city of Ganesha. That's a huge city with multiple layers. Top layer, a middle layer, a underneath layer where all the crime and all the stuff is, and all the rich people live at the top, and city parts in the city where their religious aspect, where there's no advertising or anything like that around. So really in-depth city. Really in-depth city, and I think it's good news that this is going to be one-star system. And a lot of us, some people might think, oh, that's a bad thing. It's really not. It's really not. These are big planets, guys. These are massive planets that you can explore, and they're able to put real history, real feeling, real, like make these planets feel alive and have a lot of purpose. They're able to focus down on these large places, and these large places, I think, are more than enough for a game setting. So I'm really happy that they've decided to go with one-star system. But remember, Michel Ansel, sorry, said that for now.
So you mean that we are reasonable, right? We're doing only one solar system.
Just one. Just one.
For now.
So he's got plans. This guy's got plans to do something else. So that's all I got for you today, guys. Leave a comment down below what kind of character you're going to create and Beyond Good and Evil 2. And I will see all of you Cobras in the next video. As always, I love you guys, and until next time.